Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I am your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Eric Icarus.
Eric, my friend.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, me too.
I'm feeling real good.
For sure.
You know, so on some grand scale, we as MCU fans have beat Avatar.
That's right. Finally,
in the the highest grossing movie of all time.
I had to play a little dirty pool to get it.
Feels a little
but
dirty.
It's fine.
Feels a little dirty. And I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm good with that. It's but you know what's even more interesting about it is that Disney owns Avatar too.
Yeah,
so what do they care?
Who's winning?
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah. Obviously they didn't get any of that money, but they're going to be getting that future money from Avatar.
Oh, for sure.
But it's so impressive to see a film. I mean, the Avengers still in the theaters.
Oh, right.
Comes out in less than 3 weeks. And it's going to be on digital here in a few days.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's crazy. I looked in a show the other day and there were 15 seats sold.
Huh.
Yeah, you know, people still watching it, man.
Huh?
So, yeah, it's going to definitely put some distance between, it and Avatar. And, and there's no way Avatar 2, none of those future Avatar movies are going to do it.
No.
Unless James Cameron does what he does and creates a whole new technology or something.
Right.
But I just can't see anything sniffing this for a long time.
For sure.
Also, big news for the MCU that Spider-Man: Far From Home crossed $1 billion.
Oh yeah,
that was quick.
That is right.
That's a quick.
I mean, Marvel's cleaning up, and it just goes to show, man, good storytelling goes a long way.
It does. It does.
It's not just spectacle with Marvel. Yeah. You're getting awesome stories with it.
Yeah.
And you do that, and people are going to keep coming back to the well.
Yeah.
I want to see this. And it probably helped that story had a lot of I think I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
I think I missed some stuff,
And to your point about taking the time, Marvel treating us like we can handle a long book.
Oh yeah.
And then you could watch Spider-Man: Far From Home independently of any other Marvel movie, and you'd be charmed by Happy Hogan.
There you go.
And you'd be like, oh, who's that guy? Where's he from? And you would be happy every time you saw him.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah. It's great for them. I think that's Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
Sure did.
Avengers, made 2.7. And
Black Panther.
Dude, they're just killing it.
Yeah,
well, I'm just talking about this year.
Oh, that's true.
I was looking at the schedule. Okay. Man. I think 8 of the top 10 movies of the year are all going to be Disney owned.
Oh yeah.
Because we still have Frozen and Star Wars coming out.
Yeah. And we have Lion King currently in the
Lion
theater.
King currently. Aladdin crossed $1 billion as well. Crossed $1 billion too.
Man.
So,
dude,
they're going to make $9 billion this year just for movies.
That's not merch.
Just box office gross.
Oh man, that's nuts. Dude. That is crazy,
it's
man.
It's insane. I can't even believe it.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it.
Disney, man, just ruling the world, man. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean they're figuring it out. They're figuring it out.
I like it.
We were talking before the show today, and we realized that we did not mention the Blade announcement from San Diego.
Here's a little addendum to our last episode.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's happening. We're talking, for sure. We're BSing. We're getting out some things off our chest.
Yeah,
okay.
there you
go. And definitely after we ended last week's episode, I was like, dang, we really needed to touch on the Blade.
For sure. I was halfway down the road, and I was like,
forgive me for butchering, but Marshala Ali of Spotlight fame, of
Luke Cage fame.
Yeah. Copperhead or
Cottonmouth, one of those
Cottonmouth, one of those snakes. He owned the club in Luke Cage. Was arguably the best villain of the show.
Oh yeah, for sure. Aside the writing.
Has been cast as our lead.
Yep.
As Blade, as the Daywalker.
Yes.
What
do you think of the casting?
Oh, I think that Marshala Ali is amazing.
Yes.
But I mean, this is going to be one of those tough things. It's good. It's honestly, it is kind of on the level of recasting Iron Man.
I was getting ready to say it. If you didn't say it, I was going to say it.
I don't care what anybody thinks about Blade Trinity.
Yeah. We're not talking about that. But the first two?
But I like all 3 Blade movies, but Blade Trinity is terrible, and I get that. But Ryan Reynolds is awesome.
Saves the movie.
Yeah. But it's...
You got to think of the time those came out.
The time they came out, they were rated R comic book movies, but before the regular good comic book movies came out.
For sure.
So not only did Wesley and all those guys, David Goyer and Guillermo del Toro, not only did they kind of start the ship. They pioneer things, and they were 20 years ahead of an R-rated comic book movie.
Definitely.
You know, and they did it, and they did it right.
For sure.
You know,
I mean,
the first, and what I like about them, and this I think can sell Blade Trinity a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Blade 1 feels like that pinnacle comic. Feels like that, okay, this defines the character. This is what we know Blade to be. And then a few years later, somebody picks up the character and writes another comic book, but in their style. So Guillermo does that. And it's like, well, I want it to be more horror.
Oh, right. Oh, and it is.
You know,
big
more
time.
monster horror.
Yes.
And then, you know, Trinity is, oh, I'm this, the Blade sales are down. We need to try to get some young kid to put some life into this story. And he writes Blade Trinity. Like, that trilogy plays out like how comic books are. Does it make sense?
Think about it that way.
I just put it together now. Literally just put that together now. Okay? So, you know, they had the weird weapons, like the groovy people, and cool Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally, oh, Deadpool sales are down. Let's bring in somebody to jazz this up.
Oh my god, that is so true.
So, for me, structurally speaking now, that's how I think of the Blade trilogy. It's so meta. It's so comic.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay?
It's like people accusing it not being like the comic book.
Yeah.
They're out of the joke.
Yeah,
they're
they
missing
have
the
no
joke.
idea. They have no idea. But Wesley Snipes redesigned that character immediately. From look, you know, actually knowing martial arts.
Yes.
Just like his swagger, being able to portray cool in just a few lines.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is trying to be stoic and the loner.
Yeah, definitely.
And all, but then, you out of your mind?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's he just does such a good job of that character.
Sure. And you can tell he really cared about it.
It feels like
it wasn't a paycheck for Wesley. Like he was like, I want to do this.
And I get it. You can't use Wesley Snipes now. But Marshall Ali's not super young either.
No.
But neither is Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman's like 42 now.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
they don't age. They don't age.
Digress.
Superheroes don't age.
They don't.
And you know, another cool part about those movies, like you were talking about, you know, it lent itself to different genres. You know, we got action, we got horror in it.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was a better movie that blended the two than Blade 2.
Yeah.
Like it was my perfect action meets horror movie, and it was just. I think it was more of a testament to Guillermo.
Yeah.
But, you know, again, that was probably one of Wesley Snipes' better performances in Blade 2.
And what's funny is when you watch Blade 1, it does have a ton of horror elements. There's still a lot of things that creep me out on it.
Yeah.
And that chick Pearl.
Yeah,
like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's like Guillermo before.
Yeah.
I think
that's what made him want to do it.
Yeah, right.
And, you know,
there's no news about it. It's not even on the slate for 2021, so it's nothing that's on the immediate
so this will not be R-rated, I'm telling you. No R-rated.
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
What?
I mean, how could they not?
But it's Disney.
I know. But Bob Iger, I think that's the guy who's the head of Disney, he said that when the people were asking about Deadpool, he said, I think there's room in our universe for an R-rated superhero.
Okay.
Okay. You know, that's it, you know. But the Deadpool movies peter out at just under, $750 million.
That's true.
Can you get $1 billion if it's PG-13?
That's true, man. Yes.
And that's the game of it, and I respect that from the people at Disney and Marvel Studios, is that they know they have to put out a quality product, and they know they have to push it to the edge of what they can do.
Yeah.
And they let go of language so they can get harder action.
Yes.
Because action will sell a story better.
Oh, for sure.
So they could put an F word in the movie and still be PG-13 and maybe be clever about it, where he gets the one.
Yeah, you go.
And then like talks about it, like he uses it early, right in the beginning.
There you go.
Just very blatantly, like, hey, welcome to the effing movie. I know people are worried about Disney, so that first F is the word.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're bleeped, and right when he gets bleeped, he goes, whoa, what the? And it bleeps again. So it bleeps his F. Like, you can do that, and it would be hilarious.
Oh my! And then people would dig it.
So that you get one F
then
in every Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about this on an earlier show, but it would be amazing if, like, Deadpool understands the rules and it's like, okay, cool, I'm going to save my F for the opportune moment.
Right.
And then you have, like, Wolverine come in and go, what the is going on?
Yeah.
And then so he can't cuss.
Dude.
Like,
why not do it that way?
That's fun.
Exactly. That's a clever way to do it.
Yeah.
And everyone would dig it.
Yeah.
No one would have a problem with it.
Because everybody would be thrown off by that first audible F word.
Exactly.
And then they wouldn't be able, and then after that they would get the joke.
Exactly.
And it's just like and then you having And then you have Deadpool figure out other ways to use the F word.
There you go.
British slang or
right.
stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's what you do.
See,
oh my God.
there you go,
I'm writing
man.
the movie, guys. I'm
Yeah,
on another...
just listen to a podcast and then take notes.
Tell
from
your
this
friends.
guy.
Tell
there
your
you
friends.
go.
So, but we were talking about Blade. I like the casting. I just don't like... This is going to sound... I don't like Marshall Ali's face.
Okay.
I don't like his bone structure.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going somewhere else.
Oh, Jesus. Famed artist Boss Logic actually in February made a poster of Marshall Ali as Blade.
Really?
And was like, this would be cool. And I mean, it looks like, Wesley Snipes' kind of hairstyle on Marshall.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's a beautiful picture, but it's like, I was like, oh, I don't like the look of his head.
I don't need that kitten play haircut.
It just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to not read a Blade comic and not see Wesley.
Oh, for sure.
Not hear his voice.
Oh, definitely.
So, Marshall Ali's got an uphill battle, and we need a very good villain.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, kids, this is going to warrant its own episode in the near future.
Oh, yeah. Because who? I mean, I guess they could write an original one, but
and I'd be happy getting Deacon Frost back.
Hey,
I love Deacon Frost,
if
only for the name.
Yeah, let's get what's his name out of retirement? He already forgot his name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know that cat's name. He's been around.
He works on those e-cigarette commercials now.
E-cigarette commercials. He did some he was in some Spartan movie that was not good.
He beat up Jeremy Piven in a bathroom.
Is that a fact?
That's a track. Yes. Yep.
It feels like Jeremy Piven probably
had it coming.
That's a story that's associated with him. I had to rough up Jeremy Piven the other day. Dude, this is the second time in our friendship that I've had to rough up Jeremy Piven.
My little entourage thing on the side note, Roman almost beat up Turtle. I digress.
Jeez, a story for a story for another time, I guess. But yeah, it's... I don't know who the villain's going to be.
Yeah, again, that's a different episode. Yeah, man, I'm just stoked on it. We're finally going to get a new Blade movie, and to wash the third one out of my head. But now that you put it the way you did, it's not as bad.
It's not as bad if you think about them as a big story.
There you go.
As a series.
Now it made it not as bad for me. But I'm just stoked to get a little fresh blood in there.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know if this guy knows martial arts or not.
Yeah,
but
he's got the time to learn at least functional film martial arts.
Fair enough. Yeah,
and I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah.
Put in, the Keanu Reeveses and the whatnot.
Oh yeah, for sure. So heck yeah, man, I'm stoked for that, man.
Something really cool came out this week.
Yes.
New TV show, Amazon Prime. We hadn't talked too much about it. The Boys.
Yes.
Written by Garth Ennis, and it is it's a story about a CIA wet works black ops team that works in this world where all the superheroes and all the villains are pretty much bought and paid for by a corporation.
Yes.
So for the majority of things, these superhero battles are staged.
Yes.
So, it's a story, and it turns out that the superheroes, everybody who has superpowers in this world, for the most part,
are just awful.
They're just terrible people.
Awful people.
Just engage in tons of sex and debauchery.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a big killer for me in the comic, because I don't like sexual violence in my storylines,
right.
And this thing is ripe with it.
Oh, yeah.
But basically, the Boys are a group formed by the CIA that when the supers start to get a little out of control, the Boys kind of put them back in their place.
Exactly.
Like, you guys can do what you want as long as you're not hurting people.
Right, and you don't hurt the brand.
You don't hurt the brand.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's really, really interesting storyline. But yeah, the comic book is way too sexually violent to the point where, as soon as I find all of my issues, I'm just gonna sell the set.
There you go.
I like the characters. And if you made that, it's a very NC-17 book.
Oh yeah,
you say?
Easily, dude.
If you took out that.
Herogasm borders on pornography.
Yeah, it's basically pornography.
It is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a Superman character in there. His name is the Homelander, and he is they're all monsters.
Yeah, but this guy is a conflicted monster.
Yeah.
I mean, what's cool about his character in the comics is you get a sense of his story, and you almost feel a little bad for him.
You do.
And that I think that was the genius of the book. Going back real quick, I remember you talking about not liking it. So Roman's like, yeah, I'm not caring for this book. So then he hands me the trade. He's like, hey man, I think you'll dig this.
Yeah.
This is 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Easily.
A long time ago.
And I did, but then it got to the point where all Garth Ennis books go. It just he keeps doing the same thing, man. And
who wants to show you how many different ways you can cut a person open? And it's just like, once you've seen a couple, you've seen them all.
Exactly.
You know?
So that and I dug it, but I mean, I don't know.
So Eric has watched the entire thing.
I have.
Obviously, we are going to go into spoilers. So if you haven't watched The Boys yet, please come back to the episode. And tell us what you think and all of that jazz. But so spoilers. Eric has watched the whole season. I've only watched the first 4 episodes, so we're not going to spoil the ending, but we are definitely going to talk about things in the comic.
The first half. The first half.
First half of this, and just talk about some of those things there. But there will be spoilers from at least those first 4 episodes.
For sure.
We'll see if Eric can avoid spoiling it for me. But
I'm going to go right to the end,
I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you for one spoiler.
Yes.
Is love sausage in this?
No.
Dang it. All right. Now, granted, that is a later story in The Boys.
Yeah.
But I think there's
They do allude to it, though.
Okay.
To other foreign stuff. So we will probably get it.
Love Sausage is this Russian superhero, retired, but like he's got a huge hog.
He's really endowed.
He's quite endowed.
Yeah.
So, but his name is Love Sausage, and he tells criminals that they fear the sausage of love. That's what you need to know about the show, kids. We're going to try to keep it as PG-13 as we can, but the material for this
Did we get one F-bomb?
I don't think I used it earlier.
You didn't use it.
Okay, we get one. We get one, okay? So, parents, if you're listening in the car, you may get one F-bomb. We're keeping PG-13, okay? So, this team, The Boys.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys some depth here. There used to be a team of The Boys, 10 years ago, something like that.
Right.
And their leader was a character named Mallory.
Mm-hmm.
Mallory or Malroy. They're really shaking things up with the supers, and they kind of push it, and their version of Green Lantern, the Lamplighter, crosses the line by raping and murdering Mallory's grandkids.
Yeah.
Now, Lamplighter does this without express permission from Vought, the company that kind of funds everybody, or the Homelander.
Exactly.
So the Homelander is like, this is way too far. Like, they're not going to get all of us, but they can get some of us.
Right.
We don't need this kind of war.
We need to offer up a sacrificial lamb.
So they offer up the Lamplighter, and Mallory tells his men that they're disbanded, and he does, basically, the Homelander tells him not to, we don't want to find the body.
Right.
And so the team disbands, even though these other people, everybody on the team of The Boys has been a victim of what a superhero has done.
Right.
So accidental things. Our main character, baby Huey, Petit Huey, he is in a relationship with a girlfriend, and they're literally holding hands in the street, and he just kind of moves, and he's just holding her arms, and their version of the Flash, the A-Train, runs right through her, and then keeps going. So that's kind of our framework for the story.
Yeah.
We like Huey. He's us.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
The new leader is this guy, Butcher, who, for Walking Dead fans, was basically Negan before there was a Negan.
There you go, man.
And he is just this brutal, tell it like it is, punch you first.
British dude, hardcore, jack boots.
He's going to put it to you.
Oh, yeah.
And he's hilarious, like Negan is.
Yes. So he has crowbar instead of a bat, though.
Yeah. See, he was doing it. He was doing the thing. We have a character known as Frenchie.
Yep.
Who in the comic is like a Frenchman, and then in the show is more of a maybe an Algerian or a Moroccan.
Sure.
He looks he's a little brown, not French, who is arguably people's favorite character.
The coolest character in the book.
Stands for Mother's Milk. He's a meta person, a super person, but he gets his power from his mom's breast milk. He has to drink it because if he does, he can't process any other food right, so he has to live off of breast milk. And so, to answer your question, when his mom goes, he too shall follow. All right? And then we have the female. Who's the other meta
That's
on the
my
team.
favorite character.
The female was a Chinese or Japanese attempt to make their own Homelander.
Yeah.
And she is crazy. She doesn't speak. Nobody touches the female except Frenchie. Yeah. They're best pals.
Yeah, they're friends. Yeah, it's not a
weird
love
thing
relationship. They're just buddies.
Yeah. So we have those characters, and I want to talk about some of the differences of them, show versus the comic. But I want you to tell me, on the whole, how was the season?
Man, I went into it just kind of like, 'cause I was a fan of the book. So I kind of went into it like, okay, cool. Let's see what I love Carl Urban.
Yeah, Carl Urban's great.
He kills it. He slays, man. So getting into it, first episode I was hooked. Boom, loved it. Like, okay, you're getting the tone of the book without overdoing it.
Yes,
you're taking it right to the line and not Garth Ennis in it. You know what I mean? It's right there and it's fine.
There's a moment in the book and the show where we get this new hero, Starlight, who's kind of being promoted to the Seven, and she's kind of replacing the Lamplighter. Nobody, they say the Lamplighter died in service and to kind of, for the public.
Yeah.
So she's a small town
out of Omaha or whatever.
Yeah, she's a genuine good person wanting to do the job. She doesn't understand what going to the big leagues is like. In the comic book, she gets in, she's so excited, and the men of the Seven force her to give them oral sex.
Yeah.
And it is brutal.
It is.
And
it is.
Yeah, it's rough. So it's really brutal in the comic, but in the show they do it with just one, and one is more than enough.
And it's fine
to really set up the sleaze factor of the men on this team.
Totally. My favorite, it was awful, but it had me laughing with the tan lines.
Yeah, the tan lines.
That had me laughing a little bit.
But there was a shared line from both where the Wonder Woman character, Queen Mauve, in the comic and in the show, she sees the Starlight crying after she's kind of like thrown up.
Right.
And, she kind of like judges Starlight in a way like, hey, don't let them see you crying about it. Like you need to... like woman up, basically.
Pretty much.
And I like that they kept that in there because it really sets a tone for Queen Mauve that then takes a left turn later.
Yes.
So, but yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. No, on a whole, it was great. I feel like the first few episodes they were definitely sticking to the book.
Yeah.
Pretty
for the most part.
Yeah, and then aside from a few character changes, but then once you get into like a little more in the series, it starts to like maybe divulge a little bit, differentiate, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But the ending, it left me a bit confused.
Okay.
And I think I liked it. I think I liked it. I just have to see where they're going to go with this because it's already been greenlit for season 2.
I will try to have it finished by the next show.
And that's what I mean. I really want you to tell me what you think about it because it takes it in a different. You won't even know what hits you. You're gonna be like, huh? Yeah, interesting. But I loved it, man.
Because I'm concerned they're gonna change the end of the entire series, but we won't talk about
that
yet.
No.
But
I mean, they got a few differences.
Yeah.
We don't have a Jack from Jupiter.
Which they replaced Translucent. I guess it's supposed to be.
Yes, that's right.
Which is pretty funny. But now, are we not going to get the dog scene? With Jack from Jupiter. So, which I don't want to spoil if they're going to do it with somebody else. But maybe they do bring in Jack from Jupiter since Translucent. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Translucent got killed.
Exactly.
Baller style by our guy Huey.
Yes.
C4 in the butt.
Yep.
Yeah, I liked the addition of Translucent, and then like the explanation of his powers was great.
Yeah, for sure.
It was great.
Yes.
He's basically Luke Cage.
Yeah.
But could turn invisible.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah.
So really, really cool.
I think a couple of little addendums too. The A-Train's African American in this.
Yeah.
Which, who cares? It's about the character, not the color.
Yeah, but it makes sense. Fast Man on the Earth.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Yeah, only a Mexican's gonna get closer. All right.
Oh, there we go.
Let's see the big change. They have changed. I almost just said Negan. They have changed Butcher. You kind of like Butcher. Seriously, was like Negan. You love to hate him.
Pretty much.
You really like Butcher in the show.
Oh, he's cool.
You really like him.
Carl Urban is just like, man, this guy's so awesome.
It's the correlation between the characters is so close.
Yeah.
And they kind of watered down Negan for Walking Dead.
Right.
So the watered down version of Negan is much closer to this watered down version of
Butcher. Billy Butcher, yeah.
But you like him right away.
Oh, for sure.
Like Butcher, you're like, damn, this guy's cool, but man, I wouldn't want to work for him. You're kind of with Billy in this show.
Yes. I think it was. I don't know. I really wanted Gerard Butler initially.
I did too.
But now seeing Carl Urban, I'm like,
Yeah.
Perfect casting.
Yeah.
I love him. I love him.
Yeah. But I don't like the tweak on Frenchie and the female.
Yeah.
In the comic, when we meet them, they're already kind of a team.
They're part of the
partners.
Boys. Yeah.
And in the show, we meet Frenchie, and then like they find. I like that kind of origin for her though.
Right.
Where they're looking at this like noodle shop for these drugs, and then they see this girl in a cage, and Frenchie's like, "Whoa, like this ain't cool."
Yeah.
And they go to open up the cage, and the guards come in, and they scream, "Don't let her out!" And then she kills all of those guards, and then our boys have to go and look for her in this. So it's interesting, like the foundation, excuse me, that they're building.
Yeah, and I get you have to make little twists here and there. It's fine, you know. And you don't want to do the comic book verbatim, and you know it's a credit to Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg.
Yeah,
because they're producers. They kind of did that with The Preacher.
Yeah.
You know, they gave us the the characters and put them in.
They gave us the hits.
The hits.
Yeah,
there you go.
They gave us the hits.
Exactly.
For sure.
So. And it's fine. I'm good with all the changes.
Yeah.
You know, again, but the ending, I really want to discuss that.
I know.
Because it's the biggest part that's changed.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. And, you know, I really like all the actors, though.
There's nobody in there that I'm like, oh, they could have done better.
No.
And the addition of Simon Pegg as Huey's father.
And if you don't know,
if you don't know, in the comic book, Huey is literally based off of Simon Pegg. He looks just like him. And for years, when they were talking about making a boys' movie, they were talking about, Simon Pegg was like, yeah, I will do this movie. I will do this movie.
I mean, he wrote the foreword to the first trade.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, he was, obviously he knew.
Because Garth Ennis is Scottish too, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah. So, it's like, he knew that it was going to happen, and he gets to at least be a part of it.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's just way too old now.
Oh, for sure.
Looking, I don't know how old you are, Simon, but you aged, bruh.
Yeah, exactly.
You look great in the Mission Impossible movies, though. Yeah, you look good. You need to get a little better at that fighting, but it's getting good. It's getting there. But I like that addition.
The nod was perfect.
It was great. Yeah, it was great.
I'm cool with that.
And it's cool because like some of those people, like the one who plays the Deep, which I don't like the character redesign on the Deep.
I know they're just trying to Aquaman.
Yeah, and he is our version of Aquaman in the
comic,
boys.
but in the comic, like
he's like got the old diver's costume,
exactly, the helmet, and
he just looks so much like a tool. But this guy looks like a tool too.
Exactly, in a different way.
And the addition of the dolphin stuff has been great. He's like very pro dolphin, and he's probably sleeping with dolphins, is kind of alluded to. But yeah, he's.
I like in correlation with that. I love how we kind of got a version of Herogasm in that. Flow.
Yeah, like
with
right
that,
off
with
the bat.
With the Adam pretty much jumping into the woman.
And then Ezekiel. Yeah, dude, all of that. Those are all additions, and they're great.
Right,
they're great.
Yes.
The kind of like very church forward method of man, it's so interesting.
Well, I know. And then what's cool about this show, man, is it's touching on so many awesome stuff, man. It's satirizing the superhero genre, which I mean the comics were doing that anyway. But now I feel like comic book culture is in full swing. Boom! What a perfect time to release this show. It's satirizing the movies, the whole. It's making fun of Disney. Voight is Disney.
Yes. Kick-Ass could have been this.
Boom! There you go, man.
And this is a better Kick-Ass.
Right totally.
Now. Yeah.
And it's touching on the Me Too movement without being preachy.
No, yeah.
It really does show how disgusting it is.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, this show is full of dark humor.
Oh,
it's hilarious when it's hilarious, but it can get really kind of profound and satirical at times, and it's awesome, dude.
Friend of the show, Jordan, texted me what his mom had texted him, and his mom said, "Have you watched The Boys? Mm-hmm. It's you should. You'd really like it. It's oh boy, is it dark." This is a very Christian family.
Yes.
So his mom texted him that, and then he texted me. I posted up on the at REC on Instagram at REC Comics, excuse me, and I'm just like, that's so cool that it was dirty, but it was crafted so well.
That's what I'm saying.
That you could enjoy it.
Yeah. Whether you're a morally high person, you can still watch a show like this and be like, that's funny. Yeah. It's entertaining. That's what it's all entertainment. Yeah. But if your entertainment can say something, then great, man. Yeah. And again, I just kudos to the cast, to the writing. I didn't think I was going to like it this much. To be honest with you, dude.
Yeah, and I'm feeling that way as well. But like I said, the bar for me was somewhat low because the show or the comic book, like I said, the sexual violence just really made me not like the book as a whole.
You know, it's funny you say that because I remember Roman and I were discussing this a long time ago, and I remember telling him, you know, I was trying to make a case for it. I was like, listen, it needs to be sexually violent because it needs to show that these villains are heinous people. And then I remember like 2 months later I got the third trade and be like, okay, now it's not it's not even
it's just too much.
Exactly.
It's too much. Yeah, like the X-Men of this universe are called the G-Men, and like the students there are like parents who like our kids have superpowers, we don't know how to handle them. And the Professor Xavier character is like, oh yeah, they come to my school, and he's a child molester, and that's terrible. See what I mean? Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Because like I feel like not every superhero has to be bad. Because really it's just Starlight and a couple other ones that are like seem like they're good people.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, even like the boys are despicable.
Oh yeah. The only ones that like
maybe Mother's Milk isn't bad.
Yeah, M's not bad.
Yeah,
he's cool too.
He's so cool.
I like MM. And then the addition of Elizabeth Shue.
Yes.
To the story, she is. Oh gosh, I can't even remember her name right now. She's the president or the kind of the. Not the head of Vought, but like the head of the superhero relations for Vought American. Right. And I think it's just Vought in the show. Yeah. For Vought. And in the comic books, it's a guy that you get the sense is a genetically engineered being himself. Yeah. But in here they made it Elizabeth Shue, unless you're talking about that 82nd floor people, and maybe that's them. Yeah. But there was no 82nd floor in the comic mentioned. So, but anyway, she's this character that we believe is just kind of the head of this, the superhero division. Right. And she's making moves, man.
She's like the Kevin Feige.
Yeah. Oh my God, she is. This actually might be more of a rip on Kevin Feige. And he or she, she's pulling lots of strings. Like it's like, hey. Baltimore, your city needs a superhero. Yep. We've got one that measures well, that rates well with whites and blacks pretty equally, and we can lease him to you for X amount of years for $300 million.
Right. They're like sports teams.
Yeah, we're giving you, so the city needs to pay to have these superheroes. Yes. Which wasn't really talked about that much in the book.
And I'm glad they're bringing it up more.
I thought it was great.
It's so funny. It's so cool how they're doing that.
Really selling the sleaze of Vought.
Exactly.
And she's making deals, and like the superheroes, they have to listen to her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like she's like pulling the strings, but they're doing this thing where she's like clearly, Elizabeth Shue's in her 50s. Yeah, looks amazing.
Oh, for sure.
But I think they made her look older.
Yes, we were talking about this, and I'm under the impression that they just didn't put makeup on her.
Yeah, I mean, and if that's the case, she looks great.
That's just nature, babe.
But it's just like, I feel like she looks, but like it looks fake to me, like overly wrinkled. So, but she looks fantastic. That's an ageless woman. Sure. Shout out to Adventures of Babysitting.
And Karate Kid.
And Karate Kid. Yeah, that's what's up.
And Mysterious Skin.
Yep. No. Is she in Mysterious Skin?
She is.
Oh my gosh.
She's his mom.
Oh my gosh.
Kids, go and watch this movie called Mysterious Skin. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, it's Robin's origin story.
Oh my God, Jesus, it's terrible. Don't do it. Don't waste your time. Anyway, her addition. I love it for the time. Having a strong female who is an independent, single mom, still trying to get.
Also, is a sleazebag.
Is a total sleazebag.
And plays the fence so well.
Yeah.
She plays the great, upstanding citizen, but then, and she's just like the Soups.
Yeah.
She's just like on the front, you're like, oh, I need to look up to you, but then just a total sleazebag,
I love it, but making, kind of slipping the genders on the character, and then having this, weird thing going on with her and the Homelander.
Oh, yeah.
Is the Homelander, sexually attracted to her, or...
Can't.
Okay, all right. You can't spoil it for me, guys. Yeah. Sorry, you will spoil it for me, but we will spoil it for you. I apologize. That's just what it is. Because I'm excited for it because it's a new thing to the story.
Oh, for sure.
So it's nice to get that surprise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You're right there.
You're right there. I'm gonna have to finish this so quick.
Yep.
But yeah, she has a baby, and he makes mention of her being older, and how he respects that she's able to do that at her age and everything. And like I said, she does look older.
Oh, for sure.
And then, but it's almost like the Homelander's jealous of the baby. You know, you guys can't see Eric, but he's making wide eyes,
Yep.
shifty eyes.
He's getting a little too close to the truth.
He's doing everything, but
you're trying to like break it down. I see that detective part of your brain working. You're like,
you're one step away from Dr. Evil Pinky, laughing at me. Okay, gosh,
you're right there. You're right there,
all right,
bro.
All right, I'll try not to.
Yeah.
I'll try not to pierce the veil. Okay, I'll just let it happen.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But so far, in these first 4 episodes, man, I'm digging it.
Hell
The
yeah.
action's great. But
that opening scene alone, dude.
Right? What did you think about how they've twisted Compound V?
It's interesting. It's because in the comics, it's you have to explain how it is in the comics.
So in the comic books, all the superheroes get their powers from this stuff called Compound V.
Right.
It was something the government was trying to make their own superheroes. There was an industrial accident and a bunch of it got into the water supply, and that's why we have superheroes. So people who directly were in contact with it that didn't die, their genes, they pass them on to their children, and so on and so forth. And then Vought just kind of snatches them up and programs them and is like, hey, we're going to pay you this, we're going to pay you that, we're going to do this, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And so that they kind of corner the market on superheroes.
Yes.
There are other countries that have supers because obviously, Russia's a great example, has a janky version of the formula. They couldn't make it exactly right.
Right.
So they have their own. So most of them aren't as powerful as our superheroes, but there's still some heavy hitters around the world.
We got Mr. Love Sausage, baby.
But and the boys, what's cool is that the boys,
yes.
the only reason they can kind of hang, Mother's Milk and the female are super. They have
legit
superpowers.
Supes.
So when they dose Compound V, it makes them even more powerful.
Yes.
And then Butcher, Frenchie, and Huey, they juice so that they can at least take the punishment.
Exactly.
Because Huey can't really fight, so he's kind of just getting messed up a lot, and then it takes Frenchie and Butcher to take out one low level superhero.
There you go. Yes.
Taking the Compound V isn't a fix-all, and it's $1 billion a shot or something.
Exactly.
So they can't use it all the time.
And it just gives you a fighting chance.
Yeah. Just I might be able to get away if I need to.
There you go.
And in the show, it's a secret.
Yes.
It's a secret. The boys don't even have it. So they've been trying to kill supers in the past, and Huey does kill one, and that kind of unites this new team around him. And so at this point, they don't know how to kill supers at all. Even MM, and then the female doesn't talk, so we don't really know.
Right.
So I wasn't as. I don't know how I like it yet.
Right. Wait. You just wait.
Okay.
It gets. But I'm with you. I wish it was it just did it like they did in the book. Again, it's going to tie into the ending.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but I did love that aspect of the book.
Yeah.
And it gives you, I think it maybe ups the action a little bit more in the book because they're able to actually fight.
Yes.
We did get that cool fight with Billy and Translucent.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
That was cool.
You get the Clash playing.
I was going to say you love the music of this,
for sure.
Thing. This is Guardians and Suicide Squad put together. Which is weird, James Gunn. But
there you go.
This felt like that. It felt like the soundtrack. Instead of Queen was,
the Clash.
70s.
Yeah, exactly. And that scene alone is amazing where he's, comes in triumphantly with the Clash playing, and then he starts getting beat up, and the Clash just cuts off.
Immediately. Doesn't even get a good crack with the crowbar,
Nope.
Yeah, it's
So we'll just have to, you finished it.
Yeah.
And we are gonna have an awesome talk about this.
Yeah.
I am so excited to hear what you have to say.
So these are just our initial thoughts, guys. I apologize for not. I have a life, Eric. I'm sorry. I don't sleep, but I just realized I could get Amazon Prime, so
there you go.
Yeah, really, it was just me being lazy.
Yeah.
I guess.
I just had to steal a coworker's password.
There you go. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Amazon, if you want to be a sponsor, that's a joke.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I pay for all of my subscriptions.
Well, I don't want to, so you can give it to me for free. I'll stop stealing if you give it to me for free.
All right, kids, that's our show today. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a like, leave us a comment, tell your friends.
Yes.
DM us at REC Comics on Instagram. Just come say what's up. Give us some topics,
Yeah.
some things you might want to hear us talk about, and see what. Or hey, you guys got this wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what it is,
For
or something
sure.
like that. Like I would love that. Eric, my friend, what did you learn today?
You need to finish The Boys.
Dang it! what an easy learning
And
experience.
I'm stoked for Blade. I'm wanting this guy to just nail it, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think he can.
Yeah.
You know, Snipes is great. Was great.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe he'll get a cameo as a
Whistler.
There we go, man. We'll call him like Hummer though.
Oh my gosh. Dang it. I learned that when Eric does stuff like that, it makes me forget the thing I was going to say I learned. I'm very excited to see what else they've changed in The Boys, because I'm easily digesting what's going on right now. And I learned that I'm going to have to actually bone up on some Blade comics. Of course, with this, we're starting to get some more Blade books coming out. So
get boned up, baby.
Yeah, I got to get boned up and bladed down. All right. I want to thank you guys for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
Still Eric Icarus.
And we will catch you next time.